that it's important for us to select the right men and women, not just because they appear to have a good resume, but what is their character like, the thoroughness of our backgrounds. That's what we were really looking for. It's not, did they stop at the right places? Did they work the right jobs? That's relevant. But the tipping point for a job application, to move that forward so that we actually award them or offer them a job or offer a promotion, is in proportion to their character. Because I absolutely believe that we can't train for character. I believe we should be reinforcing positive character. We can train for skills. And so as an agency, that's what we aspire to do. We want to hire men and women with character. We want to train them to be the finest with their skills and develop their experience and continue to reinforce positive character. Because I also don't believe that character is static. Meaning, I don't think that you're born one day and you're honest and then it just stays that way. If somebody doesn't come alongside and say, that matters, we noticed when no one else was looking, we actually saw what you did, and you're making a positive difference. I was doing some reading not that long ago, and maybe that comes as a surprise to my staff if I read, but I do from time to time. And one of the things that I noticed is look at what is it that propels people to be successful in life. And one of the areas had to do with some research conducted by the Search Institute. They're actually an international educational research institute. Their home is in Minneapolis, but they've produced a lot of material associated with why do some kids succeed and why do some kids come up a little bit short. It was really interesting. They tried to measure 40 different characteristics. And as you can imagine, the more of those 40 characteristics that were in a child's life, the more likely they were to be successful. I don't think that comes as a surprise to any one of us. They looked at issues of two-parent family, single parent, divorce involved, what was their family income, did they have grandparents, what was their access to parks and schools and libraries. I mean, you can imagine transportation, all of those things were measured. There's something interesting that was brought out, though, is that when it was all done, and you look at it, and they said, we can't look at all 40 things. What if we could only look at one thing? Is there one thing in there that might tell us about that child's opportunity to be successful? And the kids that were successful, regardless of their family circumstances, regardless of their socioeconomic upbringing, it had to do with a sense of purpose. There was someone in their life, a teacher, a coach, a parent, a grandparent, a brother, or a sister, that somehow invested in that child and said, no matter what is going on around you, you have value. And the other people around you have value. And when they learned that this life wasn't all about them, all of a sudden, it was like their head cleared. And if they had a bad day, that was okay, they had purpose. They knew that tomorrow had potential to be even a better day. And they knew that the people around them, that as they had good days, it actually rubbed off onto other people. And so when you look at the type of men and women that we have here, that's what we're looking for. Why would you take a job being a corrections officer, being around our most difficult people in the county? Why would you do that? And there's a lot of people that probably have asked you that, and you stumble for an answer. You wonder why deputies take a job. Why would you take a job where you have responsibility, so much responsibility, not just in one city, but across 17, plus all the areas that we need to be responsible for? Why would you take on the weight of all of that? It's an interesting response that we get. And most of you know that that question is coming. We phrase it differently, but there'll be a question that comes up like, so why do you want to become a corrections officer? Why do you want to become a deputy? Interestingly enough, some of our best candidates fumble that question a little bit. Do you know why they fumble that question? People that have character have a certain amount of humility as well. People that have a sense of purpose don't really know how to describe it, because it's an interesting combination of their head, their heart, and their spine. And so that's what we're looking for. And that's what you see before us today. So it is indeed a privilege to present our new commanders to you. It's a privilege to be here and participate in this with our new deputies. And I'm so excited to have our new corrections officer joining us tonight. So I appreciate everyone joining us this evening, and I ask you to hang around because we do have some refreshments. And it is customary for family members to come on up on stage when this is concluded and take as many photographs as you like. So once again, family members, my last comments to you are this, that they sometimes talk about public safety being a family, and indeed it is. And we want you to, the reason I introduced my staff isn't because they want attention drawn to them, is that we want to be part of your extended family as well. So that you feel a connection with our agency through your loved one that's here, but also I want you to have confidence that the people that are looking out for them are people of character and people with purpose, and together we serve a wonderful county, and we're proud to serve you, and we're proud to have you as our extended family. So the families, we welcome you to our family as well. Thank you very much for joining us.